To understand the beginning, we must go back to the end of all things. There was a child on earth, born to no certain year, in no place of consequence. From the outside, the child was just like any other their age, and really, expectations were low for the child, whose head was in the clouds, constantly daydreaming their time away. Having no siblings, nor the desire to obtain many friends, they instead preferred to drift into fantasy. This creativity stretched even into their dreams, which they could control at an early age, and with pen and paper they would elaborate vast worlds full of places and people which no one had ever imagined before. Before long, however, and really before growing into adulthood, something reached out to the child, an intuition born within them, awakening a sense which could now perceive, between their fingers and between all things, a thread. The child reached out to one such thread, shimmering a translucent blue-green. It seemed to vibrate in response to a great burden, as if, somewhere far, there was some event which was straining this thread to its near breaking point. A hesitant hand reached out further still. The child took hold of the trembling cord, and at that time it was as if they were connected to a moment shared by all things. And in that moment, every sentient being was in some unique circumstance until that moment ended, and a new one, a unifying moment, began. The world shook. No, everything did. All of existence shook together for the first time in eons, possibly forever. The sensation felt different to each individual to some extent, but it was undeniably detectable, far beyond Earth, and even the stars of the sky, beyond what has been seen or ever could be. It was as if reality itself had begun collapsing, dying, and all that this one child could do was comfort it in their arms as it finally breathed its last before fully unraveling. In a panic, they began to pull at the threads, as the walls of their house, and so too the streets and cars outside, began to unravel into glowing cosmic threads. Still more came in with a hiss as they wound the threads around their childish arms until movement became difficult, and so they began to spin, winding still tighter the threads onto their torso until completely cocooned in the cool, glowing silk. All around the child, silence fell as even the sounds and metaphysical concepts became as solid lines, still warping and twisting to further bind to the prone and shrouded figure. And at the last moment, before even the child's face was covered, they saw the formation of something familiar to their dreams. A door. A diamond door. An artifact of their subconscious they had trained themselves to find if ever they were dreaming without knowing. But this, surely, was not a dream. Always dream, never wake.